A few years ago, homes were flying off the shelves and getting multiple offers well over their asking price. It almost felt like you could name your price and still have a bunch of buyers lined up at the door. But today's housing market is much different. Buyers are getting more selective now that inventory has grown. And homes are sitting a little bit longer on the market, and a lot of sellers are actually having to cut their prices. So how do you still come out on top in this situation? It all starts with one thing: pricing your house right from the start. A recent survey from Realtor.com shows that 81% of home sellers believe they'll get their asking price or more. But the actual sales data shows there's a growing gap between what sellers expect and what buyers are actually willing to pay. In fact, an annual report from the National Association of Realtors shows 44% of recently sold homes went for less than the asking price. And 1 in 3 sellers had to cut their price at least once before the home sold. It's a sign that expectations may be a little bit out of step with today's reality. Here's a great example of this using data from Redfin. This graph shows sellers' asking prices are higher than actual sales prices by a wider and wider margin. What is this data telling us? It's saying that not all buyers are willing to pay what many sellers are asking. So if you're selling your home, that doesn't mean you can't sell for a great price, but it does mean you need to start with a price that reflects what people are willing to pay in today's market. Pricing your house high initially may seem like a smart move because it gives you a little bit of room to negotiate, right? But the reality is, an overpriced home can sit on the market and actually turn buyers away. Buyers are really smart nowadays, and when they see a house that's been sitting for a while, they start to think in their head, what's wrong with this house? That can actually lead to fewer showings, less interest, and eventually a price cut. As Realtor.com explains, by getting the right price early on, you can increase the odds buyers will be interested in the home. In turn, this decreases the chances the home will sit on the market for a lengthier timeline, also reducing the odds you'll need to lower the listing price. So the reality is that the longer a house sits, the harder it can be to sell. To avoid pricing your house too high, it's important to lean on an agent who knows what's happening locally when you set your asking price. Your agent's going to look at a lot of things like recent local sales, buyer trends, and inventory levels to find that pricing sweet spot for your neighborhood. Because really, it's going to be different based on where you live. And here's something else to keep in mind. Home prices have climbed more than 57% over the past 5 years. So even if you price below the number you had your sight set on, you'll likely still be in a great position profit-wise. With a local real estate agent's help, you'll attract more attention, you're going to avoid seeing your house sit on the market too long, and you're going to maximize your chances of getting a strong offer. In today's market, the right price works. Bottom line, the market has changed, but your opportunity to sell hasn't. You just need the right pricing plan and marketing strategy. So talk to a local real estate agent to go over what's happening with prices in your area and determine what price would help your house sell quickly and for top dollar.